Hello everyone, welcome to my shop. And today I'm putting together a teddy bear. I know I've shown y'all how to do this before, so if you can hear over my embroidery machines, I'm going to talk about having a COVID patient in your house. It is just me and my husband now. We are in the empty nest part of our lives. So it's just me and my husband. And he was, in the last few days, diagnosed with COVID, which I am sorry to say that he had it actually for a week before he was tested. The reason that being is he had symptoms, but it was a symptom that he has a lot anyway, which is the upset stomach. It's not uncommon for my husband to suffer with an upset stomach for several days, so he just thought it was the heat, and he had taken every precaution at work. He is a paramedic. He had taken every precaution at work to keep from to protect himself and protect his patients and all of that. But anyway, despite all of his efforts, he has contracted the COVID-19 virus anyway. And so right now, he was really down last Saturday. He just basically put himself to bed and said, I'll go to the doctor on Monday, and he did. They came out to his vehicle and did the COVID test. He had a low-grade fever, very low grade, like 100.4 or something like that. And he felt really, really, really bad. And he got his only medication they prescribed him was something to help him with his stomach, and that was it. So he came home, and he has been here ever since. We got word on Wednesday that his test results were positive, and so we're just hanging out. We have a huge network of friends that have been very, very kind and very generous, and family. We have a lot of family that have, all I have to do is ask somebody to go get me something, and they go get it. So I have stowed away in my shop today for a little while, because I know he gets tired of looking at me, and I get a little tired of looking at him sometimes, but I come out here for a little while and do a little work, go back in the house, check on him. I don't think he has a fever anymore, and I think his stomach is feeling better. He is eating, but he has a very, very, very bad nagging cough that is and it's, of course, anything like that is worse at night. And I sat there on the couch last night and listened to him cough until he would gag, and not pretty at all. Tomorrow is our anniversary. We'll be celebrating 24 years together, and we will not be doing anything, of course. We'll postpone that till maybe next month, and maybe go get something to eat, or I don't know. We cannot find any research, any data on the fact if you've had it, can you get it again? We don't, do you become immune after you've had it? We don't know. We do not know. Be interesting to find out about that. But he is basically a healthy 53-year-old, except for some high blood pressure. Other than that, he takes something for his high blood pressure. Other than that, he is healthy and works all the time. He works about between 75 and 80 hours a week. And so, other than a little high blood pressure, he is healthy. So, I haven't been to the doctor since last spring. Not this spring, but last spring, when I fell down some steps and broke my butt. That's the last time I went to the doctor. And so, and everybody says, are you going to get tested? Are you going to get tested? I mean, why? Why would I go get tested? I mean, first of all, I don't have any symptoms. Second of all, they're not going to do anything. They're just going to say, go home for, they told him to go home for 2 weeks. Stay home for 2 weeks. And that's what he's doing. So, you know, I don't see any point in me going to find out whether or not I've got it, because he's got it. And if I have, you know, the only thing they'll do is if the symptom, if you have any kind of complications, they'll put you in the hospital and put you on, you know, no medicines in the hospital except for, you know, life-saving measures like a ventilator, or, you know, give you fluids, something like that. Other than that, you just have to basically tough it out. And so I don't see any reason why that I should go and get tested. I may be looking at that wrong, but that's just, you know, that's just my point of view. I've not had any cough, any fever, any upset stomach, no loss of taste. I've had none of that. So I had been inside with him for this entire time, and you know, I don't know what incubation period is, but I think I'm getting close to the deadline on the incubation. I think incubation is something like a few days to 14 days. So getting close to being to that 14-day point of his first symptoms. So he is eating. I just fixed him an egg sandwich a little bit ago. A friend brought us some loaf bread. We didn't have any loaf bread, so that friend of ours brought us that. And everybody has said, if you need anything, give us a call. People go to restaurants and say, I'm at this restaurant. Do you want me to bring you anything? You know, that sort of thing. I had just recently purchased, we buy meat about 3 times a year, and I had just recently went and filled the freezer up with pork chops and hamburger meat and chicken and roast and ribs and that sort of thing. So we don't need any food, and so I just needed some bread. And then when I made the egg sandwiches, I realized I'm out of eggs. I fixed us each an egg sandwich and left me with 2 eggs. So the next person asks, can I bring you anything? I guess I'll have to say, well, bring me a dozen eggs, because I don't have any. But everything's good. I asked on Facebook earlier if anybody thought it would be morally wrong for me to load him up in his truck and take him for a drive to see something different besides me and the 4 walls. And we don't need any gas. We would not get out anywhere. So just get him out and drive him through and drive him around and let him just see something different. And everybody says it'll be perfectly fine. Get him out in the sunshine. Let him it might make him feel better. So I think I've got somebody coming to cut our grass here in a little bit. So I think after they leave, I will put him in his truck and turn the air conditioner on, turn us some music on, and just drive around, nowhere in particular. We live out in the country, so plenty of roads to go down. And we'll take us a drink with us, and we won't stop anywhere, and we won't stop and get anything to eat or anything to drink, or we don't need gas, so we'll just burn some gas and take him out to see something different. Might see something really, really cool. Who knows? Anyway, got my back and my front together and my legs attached. I have been very behind on my videos. It has been a crazy, crazy year in the Wallace house this year. Not just with the COVID-19 stuff and things I needed, suppliers that I needed being closed and things like that. We've lost my husband's father, as I've mentioned before, and we're dealing with all of that with the cleaning out of the house and going through stuff with my sister-in-law and, you know, trying to decide who gets what and who needs what, and what we're gonna, what nobody needs and nobody wants, and we're going to I guess have a sale of some kind, maybe when the weather cools off. I don't do the hot weather. Back of this bear has got a Harley Davidson motif on it. Of course, it's not complete because it's been cut in half. We got our stuffing hole right there. Now we need to attach our arms and our head. I did do this one yesterday. This is a brother bear to this bear. As you can see, he's got some Harley Davidson on his little nose, and he's got the blue feet, and he's got the blue ears, and this bear is his opposite. So his head has the plaid nose and ears, and the bottom of his feet are plaid. So we just cut out two bears and then mixed them up. I do have to attach these eyes and nose before I put this head on. I'll go ahead and put the arms on. Arms have got a little bit of Harley Davidson design on it, just, you know, and I have accidentally, hope the guy understands, maybe they will, that I have accidentally cut the front of the shirt upside down. Back of it is right side up, so maybe I'll be forgiven for that. I hope so. I guess you could attach the arms when you attach the head, but let me tell you, experience is that it's a lot easier to just base these little arms on before you try to put that, because putting that head on is a job all by itself. Oh, and I would like to mention, I have had more people to call me lately. My number two videos that I have went back and look at the views, and if it's correct, my views on my Easy Fabric Easter basket are very high for me, and I'm a very humble person. So, over 2,000 views is absolutely mind blowing to me. And the number, I think maybe the number one video is my memory pillows out of shirts. That has really spiked lately, and I mentioned in that video that if you would like for me to make the patches for you, to contact me, and I'll be glad to do that for you. And I have made patches for a woman in North Dakota, a woman in Texas. I have made patches for a woman either in North or South Carolina, I can't remember. And then I had a lady from Miami contact me. If you're listening, hello, how are you and your granddaughter today? She contacted me, I believe it was, don't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday morning, about the necktie quilt. She had some questions concerning the necktie quilt, and she said she'd probably be calling me again. And that's why I listed my phone number, is so that if anybody has any questions, and I'm a very approachable person. I am very I try to be easy to talk to, and I talk to everybody like I've known them my whole life. Try to. But this lady I think her husband has retired, and she's retired, and she said he has some beautiful neckties from when he worked, and that she was wanting to make a necktie quilt. And so her granddaughter is also wanting to learn how to sew. So she was trying to buy her a sewing machine, but apparently all the mask makers out there, people who have actually probably never sewn before, are making masks now. So all the little beginner sewing machines at Walmart are all sold out. So, or in her area anyway. I don't know about around here. I'm not a big Walmart shopper. I don't care for the Walmart. It's not anything against Walmart, really. You know, it's the fact that it's so big, and it's exhausting to me to go to Walmart. I'd rather go to the dollar store any day. It seems like everything you need in Walmart is either in all four corners, and I just do not enjoy I liked Walmart the way it was when my kids were little. They did not sell groceries. They did not sell bread and milk and eggs and everything. I mean, you go in there and buy everything you need to run your house for a year, And I just, you know, I don't really buy my groceries at Walmart. Occasionally, I do like um, maybe order something and pick it up, to keep from going inside. And mostly that is when we're going to the campground. I'll do a drink order, water. I like the Lipton's peach tea. Of course, I like my Mountain Dews, but I have restricted myself lately to one Mountain Dew a day, and this is it, and I'm savoring it. I had it, started drinking it with my egg sandwich for lunch, and I'm going to savor it because the rest of the day, straight water. I've already noticed the difference in how I feel, and I started drinking water yesterday, so that's just how much difference I feel. I have been having a lot of trouble with my lower back, which was probably my kidneys, and I have been having trouble with my legs, which is probably didn't realize I was dehydrated from drinking, hardly ever drinking water. So I switched to water, except for one Mountain Dew a day, and maybe in a few days I won't even need that. So I don't guess I need it. And if I had some sweet tea in the refrigerator, I would drink that. The fact that water has no flavor just does not appeal to me. Also, I like bottled water, but I like it after it's been in the freezer, because to me, I like my drinks to be cold. And when a bottle of water has been out of the refrigerator, even though you're in the house, bottled water gets warm within a few minutes of being out of the refrigerator. So I put it in the freezer, and I freeze it. Sometimes I don't like to freeze it all the way through, just enough where it has some chunks of ice in it. Or I really like it when you take it out of the freezer and it freezes as soon as it hits the warm air. That just blows my mind. And it's perfect. It's like a slush. It's great. Love it. So, but anyway, I am, don't know how long the COVID lasts. I know the doctor said to stay at home for 2 weeks. She didn't even say come back and be retested. So he is off of work. And years ago I would have panicked because of that, but because we're empty nesters now, we don't cost us hardly anything to live. Our house is paid for. We don't have any debt. We went on a debt-free journey at the beginning of the year, and about a month ago paid off our last loan. We had 4 loans at the beginning of the year. We had 2 car loans, a personal loan, and we still owed money on our camper. And about a month ago, the camper was the last thing to be paid off, and it was paid off about a month ago. So we don't, basically groceries and gas and insurance is what we pay. And that was years and years and years of living, not payday to payday, but payday till 3 days before payday, hanging on for dear life to a payday. And so we don't have any kids to feed, and if we had kids to feed, then an egg sandwich would not have worked for lunchtime. We would have had to have made something for them. So we just don't. This does not take a lot to make us happy when it comes to mealtime. I can put some pinto beans in the Instapot and make some Mexican cornbread, and we are happy, happy, happy. Got a little pleat in there I'm going to have to fix. I don't know how much of this I'm going to have to take off in order to fix it. But anyway, I've got to get my embroidery machine started back up, trying to get the Santa bags all finished up for the year. Yes, I started taking orders on those in January, and I have got took my last orders on those about 2 weeks ago. And I've just not really been pushing it too hard this week. I've just been kind of dibbling and dabbling in it because of him being sick, and sitting in the house with him and watching Netflix, and just kind of feeling a little guilty about by him sitting there by himself. So I'll come out here and put a Santa bag on, then I come back out here later and check on it. Usually the thread has broke and I have to rethread, and that's just part of it. And so I want to try to get a few done. Got somebody coming to cut my grass today, And we have been so busy with cleaning out my father-in-law's house, and we do go to the river every weekend with my son and his wife and the little boys, and we fish and we grill out, and we both have our campers set up down there where that we don't have to move it every weekend. So we pay a monthly fee to have it sitting down on the lake. I think though in August, when the rent is due in August, I think we need to bring ours home. School will be starting back. I will be getting busy with Christmas orders. He'll be back at work, thank the Lord. And because I'm used to being by myself Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday all day, and half a day on Friday. I'm used to being by myself, and it's different having him here at home. He never calls off. He never takes a sick day, never takes a vacation. We plan our vacations around his 4-day weekend every weekend, and so he just doesn't take off work. So it's a little strange for me having him here with me. So, but he's in the house. I don't want him out here in the shop. I want him try to keep my shop contaminant free, and you know, have a place that I can go and breathe some clean air. A little dusty air, but basically clean air. But I think after the guy comes and cuts our yard, I will take him out for. I sat here and did not put the eyes and nose on this bear, but that won't be a problem. I'll just go through his back and up through his head, and I'll get those put on. Not a big deal. It's a lot easier if you talking and not paying attention to what I was doing. It's a lot easier to do it before you put the head on, but not impossible to do it after the head is on. And I'm not taking this head off. That's the most difficult part about making this teddy bear, is putting that head on. It's a little tiny area that has to fit on his body, and I am not taking his head off. I have put his head on backwards before and had to take it off. Then I discovered a little secret, and I didn't have to do that anymore. So, but anyway, I'm going to get back to my teddy bear making, get him finished. I have 3 more to make for somebody else. These are actually for a lady's birthday. Her grandson is having them made for her birthday. So I think her birthday is the end of this month. And so I did want to get these. This is for a sheriff's deputy that came by here one day, filed a report for me. And he came back a couple of weeks later and brought me his granddaddy's shirts. He had to wait for his aunt to send them to him from South Alabama. So anyway, after I get his nose and eyes on, he'll have a personality, just like his brother bear here with a H-A across his nose. Thank you all so much. Just a little bit of an update. I will get a demonstration together. Those are very difficult, very hard to do, to get a demonstration, because I like to have one already made up, one cut out, you know, and it's you know, it's like a cooking show where they're mixing something up and showing you how to make something. They put it in the oven, and then they get their pot holders and pull one out of the oven. It's basically that concept. So it takes a lot to get together, and this has been a crazy year, crazy year. I would like to have her do over, do things differently. Like to have a redo, but you know, we just have to take it as it comes and deal with it as we have to. So, and also my little arm thing that I used to hold my camera, it broke about 4 weeks ago. So I had to. Other day I was sitting there thinking, can't go anywhere and buy anything because I'm staying at home with him. I don't know if technically I could go out or not, but I don't want to. I want to stay here with him. Nobody has told me I cannot go anywhere, but I am 56 years old and, you know, an adult, so I'm not, you know, gonna go out here and say, well, my husband's at home sick with the COVID, but I had to come get some milk. So I'm not going to do that to anybody. That's very selfish and very disrespectful. So, I went on Amazon, ordered me a new arm. I did not get the one I had the last time. It got to where it would not hold steady. This one seems to be holding really steady, except for when I bump into my sewing machine. And So I did get a new arm, so I'll be able to film again, and hopefully this arm will be able to see what I'm doing better. I felt like my other one, maybe there was some angles it was not so good. But anyway, anybody that needs, I appreciate all the people who have emailed me, called me, people that have ordered things from me, like the patches for their memory pillows. I've even had people that have watched my videos, made the quilt, contacted me wanting to mail it to me so that they can, I can quilt it for them. They want to put the top together themselves, which to me is the artistic part. And then after they put that part together, they want me to quilt it for them and bind it and send it back. So I appreciate everyone so much. I'm very humbled. I think that if I were to be a millionaire, I would still be the same person. I just do not have it in me to be anything but humbled by everybody's. And I have gained so many members since, I haven't been, doing YouTube very much, and just been sidetracked by so many other things this year. And I have gained, since my last video, I have gained probably 30 subscribers. I've already reached 500, which to me is absolutely amazing that 500 people hit the subscribe button. That is absolutely astounding to me. So, there we go. So thank you all so very much. I think my lawn care guy is here. Talk with him, and thank you all so much, and stay safe and stay cool. It's very hot here. Stay cool, be safe, stay well, and if you do get sick, call a neighbor and ask them to go get you some a loaf of bread, and they probably will. Thank you. Bye-bye.